What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. And today we have the December 2023 Great Plains International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you all are looking forward to today's video, as we have a very exciting Great Plane update in store for all of you. We got some various aircraft changes, some new movements, and all kinds of fun items to dive into in today's Great Plains update. We have many aircraft today, so let's just go ahead and get started right here, everybody. Starting right here at the American Airlines Concourse, one of two of them, I should say, Concourse A. Here's this American Airlines Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. This aircraft is currently making a non-stop service coming in from Madrid, and now this aircraft has service out to Helsinki. Next up, we have this American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER in the One World livery. This aircraft is currently coming in from London Heathrow, and now it's going to be heading over to Shanghai. Next, we have this American Airlines Boeing 787-8. This aircraft is currently making a non-stop service today. It's coming in from Rome, and now it's going to make a flight out to Paris. And lastly, we have this American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft is coming in from the Los Angeles International Airport, and now it's going to be heading over to London Heathrow, or Hong Kong rather, excuse me. Already getting into the mainline aircraft, here's this American Airlines Airbus E320 coming in from Spokane, Washington. This aircraft is now going to go to Reno. Then we have this Airbus E320 with the CFMs as well. This aircraft is coming in from Albuquerque, and now it's going to be heading over to Des Moines. And we have this Boeing 737-800, and this aircraft is currently coming in from San Antonio, and now it's going to be heading over to New Orleans. Here's this American Airlines Boeing 737-800 pushing back. This aircraft is currently making a non-stop service coming in from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Billings, Montana. And here's U.S. Airways Heritage American A321. This aircraft is currently coming in from the Houston George Bush Airport, now heading over to Key West. Or rather, Miami. I'm sorry, not Key West. Sometimes you just look down, see an airport that you like, and then realize 321 can't go there. Here's this American 737-800 coming in from Nashville, and now it's going to be making a service over to El Paso. And here's the AirCal Boeing 737-800, and this aircraft is coming in from Philadelphia, and now it's heading over to Portland, Maine. American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is currently coming in from Montego Bay, and now it's going to be making a flight all the way over to San Francisco. And before we go over to the regional jets, here we have this American Airlines Airbus E319, and this aircraft is currently coming in from Las Vegas, and now it's going to be heading over to Tucson. Alrighty, over to the landside concourse, of course, where we have our regional jets. I really like the angle of that apron over there. I know it's kind of silly, but here's the American 175. This aircraft is currently making a flight in from Great Falls, Idaho, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Rapid City, South Dakota. And PSA CRJ-900 coming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and now it's making a flight over to Aberdeen, South Dakota, which is a really cool route. This is a fictional airport, by the way, everybody, so I know Aberdeen doesn't have commercial service, but just having fun. Here's this 175. This aircraft's coming in from Bismarck, North Dakota. Now it's going to be heading over to Grand Junction, Colorado. And we have this CRJ-700 for SkyWest, and this aircraft's loading up with nonstop service over to Cleveland after coming in from South Bend, Indiana. Pulling into the gate, we have yet another CRJ-700 for SkyWest coming in from Little Rock, Arkansas. Now it's going to be heading over to Tallahassee, Florida. Tug's just going back to the stand there, as you can see. And here's this Envoy 175 coming in from Greensville, South Carolina. Aircraft's now heading out to Birmingham, Alabama. And we have this 175. This aircraft's coming in from Mobile, Alabama, and now it's going to be going to San Angelo, Texas. And a 145, this aircraft's coming in from Buffalo, New York, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Burlington, Vermont. And here we have this 170 for the Envoy Retro, and this aircraft's going to be making a service coming in from Columbia, South Carolina, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Indianapolis. And here's a Republic 175 to round it out. This aircraft's currently coming in from, let's say, Memphis, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Jackson, Mississippi. So looking good. Republic will probably never fly to Jackson, but this is why we're having fun. Here we have this American 737-800, and this aircraft's getting ready to go here. This aircraft's going to be heading over to Tulsa after coming in from Amarillo, Texas. Quite a mainline route there to Amarillo. All right, getting started on the other side. Here's this American Airbus 319. This aircraft's kind of making a non-stop flight coming in from, let's bring him in. Excuse me, absolute rapid fire there, as we know. Okay, this aircraft's coming in from Jacksonville, and now it's going to be heading out to Fort Lauderdale, and I think my camera's messed up, isn't it? There we go. Here's this American Airlines Airbus E321. This aircraft's currently coming in from Chicago O'Hare, and now it's going to be heading over to Miami. And here's this American Airlines Airbus E319 with Shotcut coming in from Key West, now going to be heading over to St. Louis. And here's this American Airlines Airbus A321neo coming in from Phoenix Sky Harbor, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to New York LaGuardia. Empty gate. Here's this American Airlines Airbus A319, and this aircraft is currently coming in from, let's bring them in from Charlotte, North Carolina, and now this aircraft is going to have a service on to Seattle, Washington. You get another Shotcut example here on this 319, and this aircraft's currently making a flight coming in from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and now it's going to be making a flight over the Eagle County Regional Airport. Yet another empty gate. So sometimes I try to switch up all the aircraft, and sometimes it gets past me what aircraft I've set up and what aircraft I haven't. So there's so many planes, sometimes GSC can even get overlooked, so that was my fault. But now moving into this apron, we have this American Airlines 737-800, and this aircraft's coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and now it's going to be making a flight right back out there. And I don't know how it worked in today's update, but we actually have 2 back-to-back Dallas flights. So this aircraft also is coming in from DFW, and now it's heading back out there. So a bunch of DFW flights, they're just kind of sporadic on when they end up showing up. Here's an Alaska Airlines Airbus this is the Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the West Coast Wonders livery. And this aircraft's coming in from Portland, and now it's going to be heading over to San Francisco. And here's a 175. This aircraft's coming in from San Diego, and now it's heading over to Boise, Idaho. And last but certainly not least, we have this American Airlines Airbus A321neo here at the corner gate. Another Dallas inbound. However, this aircraft will be going out to somewhere different, Miami International Airport. So ultimately, a really good assortment there, and that was very nice. So let's continue. So next we have this American 175. Aircraft's taxiing in after a nonstop flight today, coming in from Atlanta. Now it's going to be heading on over to Oklahoma City. And here we have a nice little dynamic duo here for our regional jets. So the SkyWest CRJ-700, taxiing in for American, of course, coming in from Cincinnati. And now it's going to make a flight over to Providence. And we have the 145. And this aircraft's currently making a flight from Louisville. And now it's going to be heading over to Minneapolis. Okay, here's the SkyTeam Delta 737-800. And this aircraft's coming in from Detroit, DT Dobbs. And now it's going to be heading over to Portland, Oregon. And then we got a nice quadfecta here of aircraft. So on top, you got another 737-800 coming in from New Orleans. Now it's going to be heading over to Nashville. An Airbus A319 coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and now it's going to be making a service heading on to Portland. We got another Airbus 319. This aircraft's coming in from Denver, now heading over to Las Vegas. And we have an A319 with Shotcuts coming in from Raleigh-Durham, now heading over to Boston. Over there, pushing or getting pulled up after pushing back, we have an American Airlines A320. And this aircraft's going to be heading over to Orlando after coming in from Tampa. Here's this American Airlines Airbus E320. I actually have both the old liveries right next to each other, so I thought that was pretty nice. Or not the old liveries, I'm sorry, the bad paint here. Okay, so the first one is currently coming in from Toronto, and now it's going to be making a flight over to San Diego. And the second one is coming in from Calgary, and now it's going to be heading over to Vancouver, so very nice. Here's this American Airlines Airbus E320, and this aircraft's coming in from Edmonton Airport, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Cancun. And here's this Airbus A321neo coming in from San Jose del Cabo, and now it's going to be making a flight all the way to St. Thomas, which I think is a really cool addition. That is a Saturday-only service. Over here, we do have a nice variety of airplanes. So we'll start with that 737 MAX. This is coming in from St. Martin, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Las Vegas. On the foreground over there, we have 321 Cushing, and this aircraft is going to be making a flight over to Boston after coming in from Chicago O'Hare. A321 coming in from Philadelphia, and now it's going to be making a flight to New York John F. Kennedy. And we have a CRJ-900 PSA rather, and this aircraft is currently coming in from Albuquerque, and now it's heading over to Austin. By the way, there is an underground walkway to connect the two American concourses. If you're ever wondering how that was constructed, that is how they did that. Okay, nice variety over here. So here's the first 170. This aircraft is currently coming in from Milwaukee, and now it's going to be heading over to Detroit. We have a One World 737-800, and this aircraft's coming in from Mexico City, and now it's going to be heading over to Tampa. We have an AstroJet 737-800, and this aircraft's coming in from Miami, and now it's going to be heading over to Charlotte. Here at this gate, we have this Boeing 777-200ER, and this aircraft's currently coming in from, sorry, I was not expecting that heavy. Let's bring this guy in from London as well, and now it's going to be making a repositioning flight over to Dallas-Fort Worth. I'll get all the shaded aircraft before we go into our good light. So here's this United 737-700 taxiing in from Newark. This aircraft's now going to be heading over to Denver. And also coming in from Denver, we have this Reno Air 737-800, and this aircraft's now going to be blasting over to Austin Bertram International. Okay, here's this American Airlines 737-800, and this aircraft's currently coming in from Philadelphia, and now it's going to be heading over to San Antonio. And in the back right over there, we have yet another 737-800. Both the Apollos, that wasn't intentional, that just kind of happened. So how cool is that? This one particularly, though, is coming in from Orlando, and now it's going to be making a flight today, heading over to Palm Springs. So certainly a cool one right there. All right, this American Airlines 737-800 is coming in from Sacramento, and now it's going to be heading over to Miami. Here's this Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner coming in from Los Angeles as well, and another domestic flight to Chicago because they got to reposition and get all the boys loaded up and so on and so forth. American Airlines Airbus A321neo. This aircraft's currently coming in from Phoenix and now it's going to be making a flight to Los Angeles and then on to Honolulu. And here's this American Airlines Airbus A321 loaded up here at the gate. This aircraft's going to be heading on to LaGuardia after coming in from Dallas as well. Lastly, we have a TWA 737-800 pushing back with service up to St. Louis. This aircraft came in earlier today from Detroit, so certainly a nice lineup. Lastly, over there we have an American CRJ 700. This aircraft's currently coming in from Tucson, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Fort Myers. So ultimately, a really good lineup of aircraft. Okay, here's this American Airlines Airbus A321. This aircraft's taxiing out with service over to Fort Lauderdale after coming in earlier today from San Francisco. And then we have this Delta Airlines Airbus A321. This aircraft's coming in from Atlanta, and now it's going to be heading over to Boston. Taxiing in as well, we have this Canyon Blue Retro Southwest 737 MAX 8. This aircraft's coming in from Omaha, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Jacksonville. And getting ready, or all these are heading over for takeoff. Here's this CRJ-700 SkyWest once again. And this aircraft's heading over to Washington National after coming in earlier from Cincinnati. Let's keep it proceeding. Here's this United Boeing 757-300. This aircraft's taxiing out for Los Angeles after coming in earlier today from Seattle, which I thought was really cool. Star Alliance United 737-800 taxiing in over here. This aircraft's currently making a service. I'll get a better view here in a second. There's one aircraft I want to see here from this perspective, but this aircraft's coming in from San Diego. Now it's going to be making a flight over to Denver. It was this particular airplane. This is the JetBlue Airbus A321 Mint Neo with the streamer tail. And this aircraft's heading back over to New York John F. Kennedy after coming in earlier today from Los Angeles. All right, let's make the switch-a-roo over to the other side so we get some nice angles. Love it. All right, there she is. I mean, that's just effort, man. What an awesome model, throwing it back to 2020 already. Kind of crazy, but we love the effort. Okay, here's this American Airlines 737-800. This aircraft's coming in from Norfolk Airport, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Washington National. Delta 170 getting ready for Washington Dulles, and this aircraft came in earlier today after a service from San Antonio. And here's this American 175, and this aircraft's taxiing out, heading over to Atlanta after coming in from San Jose, California, which is a really cool route. Here's this. Am I in macro mode again? I'm so sorry, everybody. It's kind of tough to see when it gets so dark. All right, here's this American Airlines Airbus A321 taxiing out for West Palm Beach, and this aircraft came in earlier today from Los Angeles. Here's this Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER, and this aircraft's getting ready for Seattle, and this aircraft came in earlier from Miami, so certainly a cool one. And lining up here on runway 34, we have this United Airlines Boeing 767-400. This aircraft's actually heading over to London Heathrow after coming in earlier from Frankfurt, so certainly a nice little talent show there for those services. Okay, here's this Southwest 737. This is on our Triple Crown 1. And this aircraft's coming in after a flight from New Orleans. This aircraft's now going to be heading over to Phoenix. And here's the Continental Retro 737-900ER. This aircraft's coming in right now from Charlotte, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Las Vegas. Let's go back to where we started the last couple updates. I thought it was kind of nice to start in a different spot here, and it worked out. Okay. Here we go. We have a United CRJ-200, and this aircraft is currently making a nonstop flight today coming in from, let's get the United Express routes going here. Indianapolis, now heading over to Columbus, and here is a 175. I cannot fathom the logic of why we are unwilling to focus. There we go. Wrong camera. Anyways, this aircraft is currently coming in right now from Birmingham, Alabama, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Wichita. Here is a 145, and this aircraft is going to be heading over to Colorado Springs after coming in from Grand Rapids. And a CRJ-700 coming in from Tulsa, and now it's going to be making a flight today going to Little Rock. Here's this 170, and this aircraft's coming in from Eagle County Regional Airport. Actually, we'll leave that for the enhanced winglet. So this aircraft's actually going to be coming in from St. Louis, now heading over to Cincinnati. Now this 175 is coming in from Eagle County, and it will next be going to Flagstaff, which is quite a route, to be completely honest. United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 to kick off our main line. This aircraft's coming in from Cleveland, now going to be heading over to Tampa. And here is the 737-900 pulling into the gate from Houston, George Bush. Now it's going to be making a flight today over to Washington. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Here's this United Airlines Airbus A319 Evo Blue. This aircraft's currently making a flight in from Austin. Now it's going to be heading over to Orlando. And here we have this United Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft's coming in from FX Aviation's airport, now heading over to Skyley's airport. Here's the United Airlines Boeing 737-800. I don't know why, but it looks good here at the gate. This Continental Globe aircraft is coming in from Burbank, which is a really interesting flight. Now it's going to be making a flight to Fort Lauderdale. And a little parallelogram taxi in here, which we love to see. Here's this Mesa CRJ-900. This aircraft is currently taxiing in after a flight coming in from Pittsburgh. This aircraft's now going to be heading over to Miami, which is quite a flight there. They just bounce around planes, just depends on what it is. Here's this United Airlines Boeing 787-9, and this aircraft's currently making a flight coming in from Tokyo Narita, and now it's going to be making a ferry flight back over, or not a ferry flight, but a revenue domestic flight rather, back over to Chicago O'Hare. Okay, let's get back to our good lighting here. Here's this Delta Airlines Airbus A320 taxiing out for departure. This aircraft made a flight today in from Orlando, and now it's going to be heading over to Minneapolis. Okay, so sorry that the view's not pristine, but we do have several Continental Globes here. So on top there, you got a MAX 9, and this aircraft's currently making a flight in from San Juan, Puerto Rico, which is a really cool new route for them. Now it's going to be heading over to Phoenix. Here we have a United Airlines Airbus A320 coming in from Chicago O'Hare as well. This aircraft's now going to be heading over to San Francisco rather. The 319 on the other hand is going to be coming in from Los Angeles, and now it's going to be making a nice little hop over to Tampa. Here's United Airlines Boeing 757-300. This aircraft's coming in from Seattle, or we already did Seattle, Portland for 753, and now it's going to be making a flight to Cancun, which is really nice. United Airlines Boeing 737-700 to wrap this up for United. This aircraft's currently coming in from Boston, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Fort Myers. Speaking of Fort Myers, this Delta Airlines Airbus A321's inbound is from there, and now this aircraft's going to be, got to get the light really nice angle there because it's too good not to. And now this aircraft's going to be making a flight today heading over to Los Angeles. And then we have a nice little lineup here, so let me get it in focus. We have a Delta Airlines A220-100 coming in from Houston. This aircraft's now going to be going to LaGuardia. And a Delta Airlines Boeing 717 with the antenna. Looks great. And this aircraft's currently making a flight coming in from Detroit, and now it's going to be heading over to Chicago O'Hare. A Delta Airlines Airbus A319 pushed back for Salt Lake City after coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth. And then we have an Airbus A220-300 coming in from New York John F. Kennedy. This aircraft is now going to be heading over to Las Vegas. Taxiing out, we have this Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200, and this aircraft is going to be making a flight today going to San Diego after coming in earlier from Atlanta. And a nice lineup here of Deltas, starting with the 737-800. This aircraft's also coming in from Salt Lake City. This aircraft, however, now though is going to be going over to Syracuse. And Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200. This aircraft's coming in right now from Phoenix, and now is going to be making a flight today over to Raleigh-Durham. We have a 737-900ER. This aircraft's coming in from New York John F. Kennedy, and now it's going to be heading over to Las Vegas. An Airbus A321. This aircraft's currently coming in, from Sacramento, and now it's going to make a flight over to Austin. And lastly, we have a beautiful Airbus A330-300. This aircraft's coming in from Paris Charles de Gaulle, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Amsterdam. So certainly a nice little talent show there to facilitate all of those. So looking very good there with all of those aircraft. Okay, so the internationals are already really nicely lit. I think I have a little bit of more time to spare on those, so I do want to get a cool shot of it because why not? So let's go ahead and do that. Like these little intermissions so everybody can take a breath and breathe a little bit. So there's the internationals. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go hop over and take a look here at the Terminal C. This is that is also Terminal E, by the way. I know it doesn't make much sense, but for the sake of what we're doing here, we'll see that it had to be connected on, and that's what happened. So that is Terminal E. I know it doesn't fit very well, but there it is. All right, so here we are over here at the charters and various flights here. This is the Delta Airlines Airbus A330neo. This is actually Kansas City Chiefs charter. This will be going over to Los Angeles. They will be playing the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think they actually play the Rams, by the way. I'm just, for the sake of the update, that's why that was there. I know they play Denver, the other Los Angeles, the Chargers, and who's the other team in that division? Las Vegas Raiders on a regular basis. So you can send them to Vegas or to play Chargers. Either way, I just threw out the Rams. Here's a House 777. This aircraft's here on a military charter from El Paso. And here's the Peach A320. This has still not been repainted for American yet, so there we go. Here's this Boeing 787-9. This aircraft's getting some regular maintenance done, getting ready for its next flight. And we also have a Boeing 787-8 getting some real maintenance done over there in the stratofolding. Okay, we'll do half lineup and half over to the top for the viewing. So here we go for a nice plethora of Southwest Airlines airplanes. Freedom 1, Boeing 737-800 coming in from Dallas Love Field, heading out to Houston Hobby. Boeing 737-700 Canyon Blue coming in from Las Vegas, heading over to St. Louis. Canyon Blue 737-800 in conjunction coming in from Pensacola, now going out to San Jose del Cabo. Illinois 1, Boeing 737-800 coming in from Chicago Midway, now heading over to San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we have yet another Canyon Blue 737-800 coming in from Indianapolis, now going to be heading over to Baltimore. Here is this Desert 737 MAX 8 coming in from Fort Lauderdale, now heading over to Orlando. And we have this 737-700, and it's in the Canyon Blue livery, and this aircraft's currently making a flight coming in from Orlando, now heading over to Fort Lauderdale. And here is this 737 MAX 8 coming in from Jacksonville, and now heading over to Seattle. Another MAX 8, sorry about that. This aircraft's coming in from Long Beach, now going to be heading back out there to Ontario. This 737-800 is coming in from Reno, now going to be heading over to Burbank. 737-700 coming in from Omaha, now going to be going over to Dallas Love Field. 737-700 coming in from Houston Hobby, now going to be heading over to St. Louis. 737-700 coming in from San Diego, now going to be heading over to Palm Springs. 737-800, this is Heart 2, coming in from Amarillo, now going to be heading over to Tucson. Louisiana 1, 737-700 coming in from Denver, now going to be heading over to Atlanta. 737-700 coming in from Denver, now heading over to Phoenix, and a 737 MAX 8 coming in from Las Vegas, now going to be heading over to Jacksonville. And we have a Maryland 1, 737-700 coming in from Baltimore, now going to be making a flight over to Nashville. I just thought it'd be fun to do like as rapid as we could do. I mean, I certainly could have talked a little bit faster if I absolutely wanted to, but for the sake of what we were doing there, I thought it'd be nice to just completely just grind through that. And I thought it was kind of cool to show all those planes there at once to do that. You don't get an opportunity to do that in many other airports. It's like Pensacola and other airports, you're trying to find a reason to talk longer. That was certainly the complete opposite. So thought that was fun for different. So also, since we're here and it looks kind of cool from this vantage point, I'm sure we'll check it out from a different view here in a bit. But we have this Condor Airlines Airbus A330-900 Neo, of course, making the service in from Frankfurt. Okay. A little over the top action. Here's the Southwest 737-700, and this aircraft's currently coming in from New Orleans, now going to be heading over to Oklahoma City. Here's this Southwest 737, and this aircraft's coming in from Spokane, Washington, and now it's going to be heading out to trying to get out of macro mode, because macro mode is the definition of an L+ ratio. All right, back to this 700 coming. See, I get what it's trying to do, but that's not what I wanted it to do. It's not what I asked it to do. I just wanted to focus on the back portion of the plane. Yes, okay. We'll fix it here in a minute, but nevertheless, coming in from Hobby, now heading over to Atlanta. And let's see if I can get this fixed here as we move into a better angle. Okay, let's see if we can get this. It was right there. This is the definition of inefficient. I apologize to everybody. I'm not trying to take your time. It's just that my camera is an L+ ratio. Okay, hopefully we'll be able to get this here, but here's the 737-700. It's coming in from Austin, now heading over to San Antonio. Okay, perfect. Here's the 737-800. This aircraft's coming in from Columbus, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Cleveland. Here is the Tennessee 1 737-800, and this aircraft's currently making a flight in from Eugene, Oregon, and now it's going to be heading back over to Salt Lake City, Utah. Southwest 737-800 coming in from Detroit, now going to be making a flight over to Washington Dulles. And here is this Florida 1 737-700, and this aircraft is going to be heading over to Birmingham, and now came in earlier from Memphis. Southwest 737-700, this aircraft is going to be heading over to Philadelphia after coming in earlier from Islip and into Allegiant. That went quick. Here's this Allegiant Airbus A319, as macro mode is the definition of an L+ ratio. Let me see if I can get it out. There we go. Okay, Allegiant 319 coming in from Orlando, Sanford. Now it's going to be making a flight today, heading over to Punta Gorda. And here is this Allegiant Airbus A319. And this aircraft is going to be flying over to Newark after coming in earlier today from Portland. Really cool to see that there for the 319. I think those are really good choices. And here's this Allegiant Airbus A320 making the typical Sanford Orlando run. And now it's going to be making a flight over to, let's send him over to Fort Lauderdale. Okay, here is the Colorado 1 737-700. And this aircraft is making a flight over to Denver after coming in earlier today from Des Moines, and into Avella with their 737-800, heading out to New Haven on a turnaround. It's very nice. Breeze Airways Airbus E220-300, and this aircraft's coming in from Tampa on not a turnaround. This aircraft's now going to be heading on to Las Vegas, so certainly looking good there for them. And we have the large and small Airbus 320 family aircraft. So here's a 319. This aircraft's heading over to New Orleans after coming in from Chicago O'Hare, and we have a 321 coming in from Newark, and now it's going to be making the haul out to LA. Over there on the ramp, looking really good. We have a McCauley C-17, and it's bringing in the motorcycle here for anybody that you want. You pick the person. Okay, JetBlue Airbus E220-300. Hopefully you all aren't getting sick of seeing it in the updates. It's so great to have it, and I wanted it for so long, so that's why it's made an appearance in like every single airport it can. Anyways, this aircraft's currently coming in from Boston Logan International, and now it's going to be heading over to Tampa. Backlit Sun Country 737-800 pushed back from Minneapolis, came in earlier from Cancun. Here's the 190. This aircraft's going to be loading up and going to be heading over to, let's send them to Orlando on turnaround. And here is the balloons, Airbus A321neo. And this aircraft's currently making a flight coming in from New York John F. Kennedy as well. We'll be heading back out there here in a little bit. Poppy the Prairie Dog making a reference. Here's the Frontier Airbus A320neo. This aircraft's coming in from Salt Lake City, which is a really neat route for them. Now going to be heading over to Phoenix. One I would expect a little bit more. And lastly, over here in a bit of good light, we have this Frontier 320neo at Edwin the Penguins. And they're going to be heading to their climate, heading on to Denver, and came in earlier today from rapid fire today, as always. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was going to get used to it at this point, but we're getting closer. Heading over to Atlanta next. Lastly, got this Hawaiian 330-200, and this aircraft's coming in right now from Honolulu. All right. We have Silver doing their 6 states run, of course, looking great. Little Rock for him today. JSX, this is going to be the 145, and this aircraft's coming in from Destiny Executive, now heading over to Dallas Littlefield. And a Contour 145, and this aircraft's heading on to Greensville, Mississippi. So really cool to see that as a new EAS service. ExoJet Sus Citation X taxing in, coming in from Flagstaff. This aircraft's now going to be heading over to San Diego Montgomery Field. And we got a nice plethora of general aviation aircraft all in here for local charters today. We got a Learjet 45, a Challenger 300, a Phenom 300, a Learjet 75, and a Beech 1900. It's ultimately looking very good. Okay, let's see here. So I think the best way to do this once again, well, I actually take that back. I'm gonna try to see if I can get in here enough to where I can have a justifiable view of these aircraft at the gates, which I think I can do. But nevertheless, here's Condor. I'll see if I can get on the other side here in a bit, but that looks pretty good right there. Here's a WestJet 737-800 taxiing out with service out to Regina Airport. This aircraft came in earlier today from Edmonton, so looking great. Here's the Delta CRJ 700, and this aircraft's taxiing out with service over to Little Rock, came in earlier today from Birmingham. And trust me, we're almost done on the backlit here. Just getting these here as we speak. Here's this Delta A220-300 coming in from St. Louis, now heading over to Atlanta. And the Royal Jordanian Boeing 77-8 taxiing out with service out to Amman, Jordan. I will go ahead and leave these Delta airplanes until we get on the other side. Here's this American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER, and this aircraft's coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and now it's going to be heading over to Las Vegas. So very nice to see that right there for our winter heavy upgauge. And then we have a really nice view over here. So this was the goal. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. So here's the Cayman Airways Boeing 737 MAX 8. Unfortunately, I've not got a chance to research what their city is, but I'm thinking that they fly to maybe something island. It's them or Caribbean. I'm blanking on all three of these actually, as usual. So at some point I'll get them looked up. Somebody will comment for me, so that will certainly help. But unfortunately, I haven't even released the October update for Great Plains as of the recording of this video. So at least the videos are coming out consistently. That's the goal. This Delta CRJ 200 is taxing in after coming in from Winnipeg. This aircraft's now going to be making a nice little joint over to Great Airport of Gulfport, Mississippi. Here's this Copa Airlines Boeing 737-800, and this aircraft's coming in from Panama City. And a Viva Aerobus Airbus A320 Sharklets, and this aircraft's currently coming in from Guadalajara, and now it's going to be making a flight over to San Jose del Cabo. Speaking of Guadalajara, Volaris is the competition, and now it's going to be heading over to the new Mexico City airport. Aeromexico Embraer 190 is coming in from the original Mexico City. Here is a Flair Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft's coming in from Edmonton too, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Toronto Pearson. That WestJet Boeing 737-800 is coming in from Toronto 2, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Vancouver. And we got 2 Air Canada regionals. So we have a CRJ 900 with macro mode, and the CRJ 900 coming in after a flight from Winnipeg. This aircraft's now going to be making a flight to Saskatoon. Hopefully I said that right. Ethan, I'm sorry if I didn't. And here we have the 175 for Air Canada 2. And this aircraft's going to be coming in from Edmonton, and now it's going to be making a flight over to St. John's. Here's the United Boeing 757-200. I'll actually just come on and take us over to the other side because it's time. There we go. And let's go ahead and get in the good lighting for the boys. Okay, there we go. United 757 is coming in from Newark, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Los Angeles. Here's the Delta 757-200, and this aircraft is currently coming in from, Atlanta, and now it's making a flight over to Richmond. And here's the Air Canada Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is also making a flight in from Regina, competing there with WestJet, and now it's going to be making a flight over to, I'm trying to think if there's any really cool Canada cities that I'm blanking on. We'll go ahead and say Halifax. I was trying to see if I could think of a little bit more exotic one, but we'll see. And China Southern Airbus A380. I think the airport code's ARN, but certainly coming in from Skyways Airport, as we know. Okay, really nice assortment of heavy airplanes today, including the Azul Airbus A330 Neo in the pink livery. Came in from, again, I'm sorry, somebody's probably got me in the comments already, and feel free to make fun of me in the comments. You've earned the right. But it's either Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo, I'm pretty sure, for Azul. So whichever destination is their hub. Here's the Qatar Boeing 777-300ER, came in from Doha earlier, and its second daily frequency we'll see here in a little bit. Here's the South African Airways Airbus A350-900. Glad to see this back in the update. This aircraft came in, of course, from Johannesburg, so looking great. And here is this, or is it Cape Town? Is Johannesburg or Cape Town? Whichever one's their hub too. Of course, I'm blanking on it. Here's the Lufthansa Boeing 787-9 that came in from Frankfurt of 1 of 2 daily flights. We'll also see its second daily here in a minute. Okay, here's the British Airways Boeing 787-10, and this aircraft's coming in on the second daily flight from London Heathrow. Notice all these second dailies, really nice. Oh yeah, that's stunning. Here's the ITA Airbus A330 200, and it's coming in from Rome, Italy. Would love to get a more decked out version that has a little bit better mold, but hey, it's all right. Here's the TUI Boeing 787-9. This aircraft's coming in from, was it Aberdeen, I think? Pretty sure. Could be wrong, but it's something like that. Not Manchester, I don't think. And I'm trying to think of what it would be, but it's one of those cities. Here's the Air Tahiti Nui Boeing 787-9 coming in from the great airport of where they're based. And of course, I'm forgetting off the top of my head, so I apologize. I got to get these looked up. I focus so hard on the airport, and then by the time I get it all set up, it's time to film, and then I'm just like, crap. Here's this Air India Boeing 777-300ER. Of course, I know where this is going, Stillwater, Oklahoma, luckily, so glad to see it come in from New Delhi earlier. Here's that first daily Lufthansa Airbus A340-300 flight, looking great. A little deviation here for the CRJ 700 for SkyWest, coming in from Austin. Now it's heading out to Raleigh, Durham. Here's this Virgin Atlantic Boeing 787-9 coming in from London Heathrow. That's a once daily Dreamliner, looking great. Korean Air is also once daily. They've bounced around. It's mainly been the Dreamliner lately, so there we have it there. Here is the, sorry about the macro mode, the first daily Doha on Qatar's 900, looking awesome. And here is the Qantas Boeing Airbus A380 rather, coming in from Sydney. That is a once daily Airbus A380. A PSA CRJ-900 taxiing back in after a flight in from Calgary. This aircraft is now going to be heading on to Waco, Texas. Here's the Icelandair Boeing 757-200, and this aircraft is currently making a reference heading over to Reykjavik, Keflavik. Here's the Emirates Airbus E380, of course, making that flight in from Dubai. It is currently a 2 daily, a once daily 777 earlier in the day, and a 380 later. And Air Premia heading over to Skyways Airport on the 787-9, looking really nice. Glad to get it docked up there at the corner. I thought that was really nice, so very pleased to see that. Here are the Deltas as promised. Here's the 321 thank you. This aircraft's coming in from Atlanta, and now it's making a flight over to Detroit. 757-300 coming in from Fort Lauderdale, and now it's heading over to Los Angeles. Boeing 717 coming in from Little Rock, and now it's making a flight today heading over to Pensacola. And here's our various CRJs. So the CRJ-900 is coming in, excuse me for the rapid fire today. Okay, CRJ-900 is making a flight coming in from Omaha today, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Dayton, Ohio. We have a CRJ-700 coming in from Pittsburgh, now making a flight over to Charleston, West Virginia. We have a CRJ-200 coming in from Wilmington, North Carolina, and now it's making a flight over to Savannah, Georgia, and a CRJ-700 coming in from Louisville, Kentucky, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Jackson, Mississippi. So ultimately looking good. Here's the EVA Air Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft's heading over to Taipei, so looking very nice. And we have this stunner, this Delta Airlines Boeing 767-300ER. This is getting ready to rock. This aircraft's heading over to, this aircraft's making a flight heading on to Atlanta after coming in earlier today from Orlando, so looking really good. A couple of American regionals. We have the CRJ-700 taxiing out with service out at College Station, Texas, after coming in from Brownsville, Texas for SkyWest. And it's Envoy 175 is coming in from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and that's going to be making a flight today over to Colorado Springs. Target Lux Boeing 747-8 coming in from Luxembourg, looking very nice. Antonov 124 broke from the last update, so that's why that's here. Hopefully it will be leaving soon, but we'll just have to trust the process with that aircraft. Here's the McCauley Boeing 757 coming in from Miami. Now it's going to be making a flight over to Tampa, so very cool. I don't know if they fly there or not, just having fun. McDonnell's MD-11 freighter coming in from Louisville, now heading over to Anchorage. And the Airbus A300 coming in from Ontario, and now it's heading over to Las Vegas. The Boeing 767-300 freighter is coming in from Houston, and now it's heading over to Orlando. Got the FedEx Interactive Boeing 777, and this aircraft's coming in from Boston, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Honolulu, very cool. And the MD-11 is coming in from Memphis, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to Mexico City. The Boeing 767-300 freighter is coming in from Newark, and now it's going to be making a flight to Dallas-Fort Worth. The Airbus A300 is coming in from Tulsa, and now it's going to be making a flight over to Fargo, or rather Grand Forks. I was trying to think of a cool airport there. And last but certainly not least, we have this UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and now it's going to be heading over to El Paso. Alrighty guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this update. Certainly some really cool moving pieces and a really nice lineup of various aircraft, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. Just trying to give you some various views here and spreading it out a little bit. So yeah, really fun update. I hope each and every one of you enjoyed it. Like I said, I had a blast putting it together and making it today, so I really hope all of you enjoyed it. Let me know what you'd like to see for great planes going into the future. If you see these two boards right here, keep your eyes on those. That'll probably be the next part of this. Now, honestly, once I add those, I have plenty of planes. It's just I don't want to saturate it, if that makes sense. Like, I could certainly throw in more of what I've already got. I'm just trying to think of a cool way to integrate any parts of my collection that I haven't with regards to the modern airplanes. So maybe it's adding more international gates, something like that. I certainly have plenty of internationals now, which is kind of crazy because I struggled to fill up that back portion of the concourse when we started this project. And now I got double the amount of aircraft. So maybe I open a new international facility, maybe change it up like that. I'm not sure, but ultimately I'll probably put it back there against the SNA concourse. And then for additional projects, would certainly like to expand probably in here somewhere, maybe add a table right here because I still have quite a bit of room right here. Could definitely fit a table right there. So we'll see if we do that. Could maybe even fit one more 8-foot right there. That could even work. So we'll see, but certainly enjoying the process right now with great planes. I really enjoyed this airport. It's really fun. And I hope each and every one of you have enjoyed the updates as well. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please comment below. And if you would like to help me out with any new routes, any new aircraft you'd like to see, or just in general, I know my international knowledge is deficient, but hopefully by the upcoming updates, I have that fixed for all of us. And again, I apologize. But yeah, with that, all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.